How's it going, people? Welcome to this week's edition of the Locker Room right here on Top Six Fan TV. Packed house, packed house, packed house. Chelsea man Ali G joining us. Arsenal man Umar joining us, and there is a Manchester fan, Manchester United fan, who's still on his way back from Stamford Bridge, joining us soon, hopefully as well. And we'll get into the action. Some fantastic action from the weekend. Only one out of the top six managed to get full points. That is 3 points. And we'll go into the action right after this.
Bukayo Saka! Anthony! Salah! Beautiful from Aubameyang! Bane! There goes Haaland. He's on.
Brilliant, brilliant. Welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to hit the like button. And we are bringing you a weekly dose of EPL review from the traditional top six. And it is a fantastic weekend, full of action as usual, full of drama as usual in the English Premier League. And we will kick it off by welcoming the two gentlemen. Ali, you can say what's up.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Brilliant, brilliant. Umar.
What's up?
You're most welcome. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And we'll go into the action, kicking it off on Saturday at the City of Manchester Stadium, or as it is now called, the Etihad Stadium. The champions, Man City, getting back to their groove, winning ways, and, albeit not very convincing, although the scoreline did flatter them. 3-1 there against Brighton and Hove Albion. 2 goals from you-know-who, Erling Haaland. And the robots. And one fantastic goal a peach of a goal from Kevin De Bruyne. And Brighton also bringing some fantastic goals there in that game, because Trossard's goal was also quite solid. I mean, he's in fantastic form this season. But Umar, what was your take? What was your take on the game? Obviously, we'll go into the results from the table toppers next. But your view on the game, well-deserved win for Manchester City.
Yeah, I think they deserve the win, because Brighton had a lot of possession, but I don't think they were very decisive in the final third. Yeah, they played fine. They had the possession, but failed to make so many clear-cut chances. Man City took their chances, and that's a football. By the time Ederson is assisting, how can they allow a goalkeeper to just throw a ball in the front and the defender is actually sleeping, and they're allowing a Haaland to? Of course, Haaland is going to knock you. Definitely, he's not going to allow you to do anything. So, if those lapses in defense are going to have to punish them, even the penalty I think was a bit soft. Maybe the Haaland, maybe the De Bruyne goal is the one I would say was really well crafted, but the first 2 goals I think could have been avoided with some better defending. So yes, they controlled the ball and tried to play some good football. But winners, Man City is a born winner. I don't think they were ever going to fuck up that thing. They had to ensure that they close off the game. And I think they did. At the end, I think they deserved the win. Brighton was good. It surprised me. I thought it would get like 5. But 3-1 was a decent scoreline for them. Maybe they should pat themselves on the back if they went to the Etihad and were able to score a goal and only concede 3. That's not so bad.
Yeah, of course.
Man City.
Go ahead.
Man City is looking like a champion already. I don't see them breaking stride. Fine, there was a glimpse against Liverpool the other last week, but I don't see any other team that can consistently perform at that level. So they're still front runners. I know they're still on top, but I know they're front runners. Yeah.
Well, at some point, I mean, Ali, you've seen all these memes about the Arsenal dog standing on top of I don't know how many teams. At some point, Umar expects that dog to drop, but hopefully it won't drop below the.
As a fan, I'm hopeful. But as a realist, I know there's a problem.
I think it will be the Man City will nick it because of their squad depth. Because if you look at the weekend, their bench, that John Stones, Nathan Ake, Gundogan. If you're playing a game and Gundogan is not starting, it shows how much depth you have as a team. Phil Foden started from the bench. So much as we all want to see a new winner for the Premier League, maybe, okay, some of us don't want Arsenal to win it, but okay. We are tired of seeing Man City. We are tired of seeing Man City lifting it. So Liverpool gave us some good competition with Man City the previous seasons, but they are so off this season. So we hoped Arsenal could push them a little further. But the squad doesn't favor Arsenal. Arsenal is a good squad. They are on form. But one injury to Partey or Jesus or Saka, it will destabilize the whole system. So Man City, they are so good with that squad depth, and you can't take anything away from them. They'll have bad games like this one. It's surprising to see a game against Man City and a team has more possession than Man City. So maybe it's also credit to Graham Potter, the work he did with Brighton. Maybe they are still on that blueprint that he left behind. But a winner will always have those games. If any champion, remember even when Arsenal won it, their unbeaten run when Chelsea was winning it. If you're lucky and you're going to win it, you'll have those bad games, but you will win with a penalty. You will come and maybe the opposite team will get a funny red card and you win it in the dying minutes. So this is what happened over the weekend, and maybe that's how it is. We just have to live with it.
Very interesting. And of course, some of the other bigger teams can step up and do what Liverpool did. Probably maybe Spurs, or we may have to do the job ourselves.
But now look at Spurs.
Maybe one of those big teams needs to.
Yes. So Arsenal would have given.
I think Chelsea can.
No, I don't think Chelsea can.
Even Chelsea can.
Maybe Spurs. Actually, we thought Spurs could do it, but it's disappointing that even fans, some Spurs fans are now shouting that they want Antonio Conte out. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Antonio Conte was very clear, and we shall get into his results. Yes. He said he needs more players, more patience, more time.
But he spent a lot of money. How many more players does he want? Does he want to compete with Nottingham Forest in buying new players? Because they have over 20 new players. I think of the top six, among the top six, Conte brought in the most.
Maybe he should have gone to Forest. And I mean, but anyways, you guys, you're definitely right, because in terms of squad depth, and I'm sure Mr. Musem there, Manchester United fan there, you usually calls his City guys the noisy neighbors, but it's always Man U fans who are noisier. He will agree with us that in terms of squad depth, and is there a team that matches Man City that can threaten them for the title, because they're looking quite good? I mean, they dropped points against Liverpool last week, but back to form.
It would have been maybe in the top six. The other team that has squad depth is Chelsea on paper, but not. It doesn't. It's not the same when they're on pitch. Now, most of these Ziyech and who is American, whatever his name is, like a winger.
Pulisic.
They don't perform as Pulisic. They have so many good players, but they fail to get the best out of them. But on paper, Chelsea would have, I think, the second to Man City in depth. Spurs.
I hear you. Spurs still a problem.
Arsenal,
But looking at
United also has so many players, so many basic players. They also have a very big squad, but they're also probably in the same bracket as Chelsea. The first 11 is good, but the people that are coming off the bench are not as good as the people maybe who are supposed to. Yeah. Liverpool.
Umar, while you're at it,
Mm.
I mean, we have moved on to the next game, review of the next game, which was an interesting game in the south. Rainy day, rainy away day. Just one of the days. I mean, one of the matches which the top six usually dread, and this one came for the Arsenal down south in Southampton. Skies opened up towards the back end of the game. Arsenal very resilient in the first half, scoring through fantastic team play and a goal from Granit Xhaka, who's on form, but tailing off quite astonishingly in the second half. Umar, your take on that? I mean, squad depth. We've been talking about squad depth as a theme as to why Manchester City is going to be strong. Do you feel that is what Arsenal was lacking, or is Mikel Arteta just not rotating his squad?
Yes, I would have said that, but then we dominated the whole of first half, created a couple of chances. Jesus was off yesterday. First and foremost, I don't know why I don't know if that's what Arteta wants him to do. He's always in the midfield. So he's too deep. Hey. Even that run, he had a one-on-one. By the time he reached, he was tired. He comes along. The setup was bad from the beginning. I don't see what the reason why you keep playing Tomiyasu right back. Clearly, you saw on the left wing we didn't have width. We had no one attacking because Tomiyasu is not a natural person. I would understand it if you're playing Tomiyasu against Salah or one of the better wingers, but against some of these mediocre wingers, these Aribos and whatever, why are you playing Tomiyasu out of position? So in the past, that has been my problem with when he gets a winning formula, he tends to stick to that team, and he has to refreshen up some of the players. For example, when Tini came on in the second half, you could see we had more attacks on the left-hand side. The fullbacks, because Ben White is not so attacking, so it was just a bad game. And then the defensive lapse, and then conceding a goal early, and we've not buried our chances in first half. You could see there was a lot of fatigue. The players were really fatigued. And now the quality on the bench, you saw Vieira came on, and I was even regretting why he came on. They should have just left Odegaard on, because Odegaard would have created some better chances. Vieira came on, was off. Nketiah came on, just running around like a headless chicken.
As always off. As always, Nketiah was off, man. I mean so you can close your eyes.
After people who started should have just stayed on. Even when Martinelli went off, you see there was a big gap in the attack. At least they should have left it on. So the quality of the subs we have cannot compete with the quality Man City has or some of these Chelsea's. Some of the players may not be on form, but their big names are going to come on and could have a moment of brilliance. We don't have that right now. We have Marquinhos on the bench. The person who would have done that would have been Smith Rowe, but unfortunately he got injured. Because the person you can bring off the bench and changes the game. Yeah, but now the bench, Reece Nelson, mediocre players, Elanga caliber. So
I will pull in Mr. Musembe, Mr. Manchester United. Musem, what's up? Welcome to the show. I see you sipping your coffee, Elanga flavor, as we have had. But your take on and we'll go into your game against Chelsea next. But your take on Arsenal so far this season, and Umar just made a point about squad depth. I mean, Arsenal is lacking, and at some point we expect the dog to start to fall off that tower of teams.
One injury away.
One injury away. And we all know Partey. And we all know that is Partey. So,
Pate and Shaka.
Pate and Shaka. Musem, your take on Arsenal so far and their result, was it a surprise for you or much expected?
First of all, it's good to be back. It's been a while, and there's no better day to come back on the show than when Arsenal has had a bad result, because I can hear you already whining and cussing and calling names. You've got to love Arsenal fans, eh? You're on top of the table, going into the World Cup. You're the form team.
We're realistic.
And you're still whining. Eh? So it feels good to come on this show, because if I'd come here after the Liverpool win, it would have been a massacre of some sort. But well, Arsenal has done well for itself.
Musem, you know, Arsenal fans. Let me just chip in there. Arsenal fans have been beaten into accepting realism. Eh? So they're realistic. And the beauty of football is that is what is happening to you once noisy Man United fans. You can't believe yourselves right now. Yeah? But
I think
being realistic.
I think we're very calm. And I think I've talked to a couple of Arsenal fans, and I don't know why they don't believe they can be the next Leicester. They can pull off a surprise, you know. You just have to keep believing. You keep piling up the win. That's all that matters.
Man, if you look at that Leicester now, Musem, you brought out a good point. Eh? If you compare, let's compare, gentlemen, on paper. Eh? That Leicester title-winning side, and this current Arsenal team, pound for pound. Which one do you think?
Why can't Arsenal do it? Why can't Arsenal do it?
No, they were thin, man. Those guys coming off the bench had, man, they were. Those guys were on steroids. Yeah. They had some.
Those guys. They had a star player in every section of the pitch. In defense, they had that strong guy, that defender, their captain. Yes, in their midfield, they had Kante. Yes, that Morgan in that midfield, that Kante and that Drinkwater guy. Then if you go up front, they had Vardy and Mahrez. Those guys were on form.
O'Brighton and
yes, and their keeper was also on fire. Kasper Michael.
Yes. So I think we need to agree that the current Arsenal squad has better quality than those guys currently, because but it's just that. Yes, that's the truth. But this Arsenal team is just one injury away from
the quality of opposition. When Leicester won, is not the quality of opposition right now. Man City was in a transition. By the time Leicester's closest rival that time was Arsenal. I think Arsenal finished in second. Did we finish in second? Or
yes, it was second.
You can imagine. And Arsenal by then was already in shambles. We're not spending money. But right now, look at the competition. Newcastle is a dangerous team, as you can see what did Spurs. West Ham is dangerous. It's not a walkover. Minus the top six, out of the top six. I'm talking about these other smaller clubs. Those days it was very clear. Man U by that time I think was also was at the time of Moyes, otherwise in transition. They were also just changing managers. So the teams were not that good. But right now, look at the calibers of the managers that are managing right now. And then you have the players as well. So
can I own my point? Can I own my point that I started? All I hear excuses, because if you look at the current status, all these teams are in transition of some sort. Liverpool is in transition. Man U is in transition. Chelsea just got a new coach. Spurs is bubbly. So all I hear excuses. Let me tell you, all Arsenal needs to do. I can't even believe I'm here defending Arsenal. I can't believe I'm here defending Arsenal. All Arsenal needs to do is pile up those points. That's all it matters. That's all that matters. Pile up the points.
By the way, I'm not dismissing the fact that we're not title contenders. I know as a fan, I know we're title contenders. But as a realist, we're a bit thin in
I don't even want to think about title. Fourth place.
This year is a bit unique. You know, when we go into the World Cup, many players are not going to come back from that World Cup. We know there are going to be injuries. The transfer window will be close to open. So the head start that Arsenal has actually, is crucial. It's very crucial because we don't know what we don't know, of course, but it's important that you pile up your points when you can. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. All I'm hearing are excuses, by the way.
But Musem, and yet here we are dropping points against Southampton. Ali G, Chelsea in their prime, title-winning Chelsea, would they have dropped points on a rainy day away at Stoke? Even if it was after a European game?
Like I said, Southampton. You'll have those bad days where you drop some points, but this is a drop. And let me tell you, and it shows how much Arsenal has pushed. The fact that the rival fans are celebrating a draw. It shows how much effort you guys have put in. That's, to be honest. It's not a loss, it's just a draw. But all of us were so happy for this draw. You could have thought Arsenal lost by 5-0. So it shows how much you guys have pushed. And like Musem is saying, I want to agree with him. You just have to go game by game. Pick these points every game. Pick the points. And if the World Cup comes, Arsenal has, I think, of the top. It has some good players who are going to stay behind also. We're talking of Haaland staying behind, but also Arsenal, some Odegaard will stay behind.
Odegaard will stay behind, yes.
Yes. The defender, Gabriel, Brazil, if he goes, is not a starter, so I don't think he'll be fatigued. And he's been crucial in this team. Yes, so there are some good players that are, Saka. If Saka goes, Saka is not going to start every game. It's very good. And even if he starts, he's very young. He's a fresh guy. There's Martinelli. So also, Arteta used to take advantage of that some of the players are not going to be fatigued. So you need to pick the points, and the World Cup is not going to bother you so much. So I want to agree with my friend. You can be the Leicester. Don't give up. We want to believe in you.
My friend, no other team has been banned as much as Arsenal over the last 20 years. So
I know it's very scary. I know it's very scary to give you all this. To give you all this trust, it's very scary, but
you're trolling us. Eh? But let's move on to.
At least we're better than Spurs. I don't know what anti-football is doing. What Conte is doing. They were terrible against Man U midweek. They were even worse yesterday. I don't understand what's going on with the guy because
we will have time for Mr. Conte. We will have time for Mr. Conte. For now, the big game of the weekend. That used to be, this used to decide titles, really. Chelsea at home, Stamford Bridge to United. KG affair, if I ever saw one. KG affair. Chelsea scoring through a penalty in the 87th minute. Jorginho somehow still managing to put all those penalties away. And but Man United striking back through Casemiro, who had an impressive game. And I'll kick off with you, Musem. Where did it go right? What? Happy with the point coming away from Stamford Bridge, or disappointing result for United?
I feel like it was 2 points lost. If you look at the statistics, of course the game wasn't all that, but if you look at the statistics, Chelsea came second best in most of the departments. Shots on target. Attacking, routines and stuff like that, possession and everything. So I feel like United is beginning to pick some kind of chemistry that's needed in midfield. There, Casemiro was good. We need to build on this. You can see we can't take chances. We can't take our chances. Anthony was wasteful. Many people are saying Rashford was wasteful, but Rashford is actually beginning to pick up. We need these guys to keep playing the way they are playing and build that chemistry. It's unfortunate that Martial can't play 2 games in a row. We would have loved to see Martial play with these first guys, Anthony, Rashford, and Sancho.
Yeah.
But I believe, I think Ten Hag is beginning to get his structure, the team that he wants to play with, and I believe. The best he can do, he can get that top 4 if we play. If we get a striker in Jan, we can get top 4.
Hey, you sound like Conte, man. You want another? You want him to
You don't believe
spend some more?
you don't believe Martial can deliver the
I
goals.
thought you have Ronaldo. You have Cristiano Ronaldo. You want another striker?
We haven't even touched the Cristiano Ronaldo debate.
Of course, I'm being very focused today without unnecessary banter. But anyone who talks about Ronaldo is just bantering us. Ronaldo is every good thing comes to an end. Ronaldo needs to go. He should have gone in the summer. He created a lot of hullabaloo around the club and didn't go. So he's now stuck, kind of. He's kind of stuck. He needs to go. We can't play with Ronaldo in our side. Our transitions become slow. He's no longer as agile as he used to be. He needs to go for sure. We can't play with him in the team. The team is moving so fast. He's way behind it. He can't be in our team. And Martial is injury prone. He's been injured almost the whole year. You can't depend on him if you need to push for goal. You need to get a striker. And money is not a problem. I don't know why people cry about Conte spending money. These clubs have money. There's a lot of money in the EPL. Money is not a problem. Let it be spent. Really, we have to get a striker.
You make a money. Well, we'll wait and see which strikers are out there. Ali G, your take on this game? I mean, drop points for you guys. Comfortable with the result at Stamford Bridge in the olden days? I mean, Chelsea would be winning this.
Yeah, it's just disappointing that I think for the past 10 games that Chelsea has played Man U, it's always been a boring draw. So it's no longer the fun game that we used to see in the late 2000s, where it would be a very fierce game. All those the games like Arsenal, Man U, that's how it used to be. But now it will be a boring 1-1, a 0-0. Last season it was draw home and away. So I don't know what they're. Maybe both teams are going through a transition, and hopefully, if Man U can give us Cristiano Ronaldo in January, because he wants to go, it's surprising to see a club. I think is it Phil Neville, Gary Neville was saying that they are all surprised when they see a striker who can give you 20 goals a season, when fans are saying that is the problem of the team. So I would gladly receive Cristiano Ronaldo for his goals, because if someone can give you all those goals, but you're saying it's the problem of the team, then I don't know what kind of formation that you are. I thought you had a striker to give you the goals. So, but Ronaldo,
you bring Cristiano Ronaldo in. That's Graham Potter going out as well.
No.
Yeah.
It
I don't
depends.
think they should be signing this. Looking at Ronaldo as a solution.
Let me tell you, Cristiano Ronaldo is a big star, and that's what you need to know before. You don't expect to treat him like Elanga. That's the first thing. That if you want to treat him like Elanga, he's a star, he's the greatest, he's the GOAT, and everyone, even the rival fans, know it. So you need to treat him with the respect that he deserves.
I totally disagree with that.
Oh, of course,
No,
you have to
that's
disagree.
the fact.
It's Chelsea fans. It's Chelsea fans. Man, I feel like Sly is on the show. Sly and Ali G, they're all the same. Just blabber stuff. Blabber stuff. Because sincerely, Ali G, any serious fan who wants the club to move forward and not want to sign Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo, you have a player who is celebrating 700 goals, career goals for club, and you want to treat him like Elanga. You want to treat him like You just need to give him the respect that he deserves.
The man is 38.
Yes, he's 38, but he's still a scorer. He's still a scorer. He's 38, but he has a body of a 20-year-old. He can give you the goals. So that's what I'm saying.
Are you hearing this guy? Are you hearing these guys are not okay?
No, give me
struggling because to get chances.
Right.
How can Ronaldo
Matthew
now talk about Aubameyang? What is the problem with Aubameyang?
No,
there's no creativity in the team.
The problem with Aubameyang, this is the thing. He's playing in a team like Chelsea. Chelsea has its own problems. I think it's a transition, but the problems are caused by, I think Thomas Tuchel. The kind of game that Thomas Tuchel liked, he liked relying on the wing backs. He had Rhys James on the side, he had Ben Chilwell on the side, on the left side. And you could see that he noticed that Ben Chilwell was a bit getting these injuries, and he went out for Cucurella because he likes the wing backs. So if Reece James is not in the game and is injured, that's problems for Chelsea. You will see a game which has no plan when where everyone is struggling. So that's the first problem for Chelsea. And if you come to our midfield, we don't have a guy like Granit Xhaka who can push the game. A box-to-box guy. You have to rely on Jorginho for the... Yes, you have to rely on Jorginho for the penalty. Eh? You can't compare Kovacic with Xhaka. This guy will drive, he will shoot the ball. Kovacic is not a shooter. How many goals have you seen when he's shooting outside the box? So, most of a good midfielder should give you all those goals. Look at KDB, look at Granit Xhaka. A good midfielder should be able to shoot. Me, as long as you cannot shoot the ball when you're not a midfielder, that's already a disadvantage for the team. Because there are so many balls which are going to lie idle outside the... You remember those Paul Scholes goals, Steven Gerrard goals, Frank Lampard goals, all those midfielders could shoot. So I feel so bored and bad when I have a midfielder in my team who cannot shoot the ball. And that's the problem. Now look at Chelsea. You have Jorginho, you have Kovacic, they all can't shoot the ball. Now you want to rely on Reece James, who is injured and is young. They said you have Chilwell. So the Chelsea team has a lot of problems. I think it's a transition. I feel bad for Manchester because, honestly, I didn't want Chelsea to win this game because that's the pepper in the cracks. Manchester United was better in all ways. So if you come, you know, when you're rebuilding a team and you get such wins which you've just stolen, you're peppering over the cracks. They give you this false ambition that the team is good, yet it's not. So I'll tell you the truth about Chelsea. Chelsea is a team, we've won it all. We've won all the trophies available. We shouldn't be in a rush like Arsenal that hasn't won the Champions League, that hasn't won any European trophy. We've won it all. So we should rebuild with care. We should take our time to get the best. Like how you've seen Arteta. Arteta has built his team. And Arteta was given the time that is not given to any other manager. These days, when the manager messes up very quickly, they are fired. So I want this new Todd guy to give Graham Potter the time to rebuild his team. We shouldn't be in a rush. We've won it all. So if we keep buying these panic buys and because we want to get this quick, we are not going to win anything.
Abramovich is the one has won it all. Not Todd Bowley. Todd Bowley hasn't even seen.
Did Abramovich win it all with Arsenal? He won it all with Chelsea.
No. And meanwhile, speaking of managers, some breaking news here, guys. You will love this one, Umar. Aston Villa appoint Unai Emery as manager.
You're kidding?
Emery has left Villarreal for Aston Villa.
Are you kidding?
Serious?
Good evening. Confirmed.
But he was doing very poorly in Villarreal. I'm not surprised. Ever since he won the Euro, they've been finishing 7th. I saw this season they're really performing so badly. They even hammered 4. I think by Barca last week. It was very bad, very poor performance throughout the whole. I watched the game and I was like, what are these guys doing? Yeah, so actually, it's a very good signing for them.
Yeah, I think
Aston Villa, you'll thrive. That's a good appointment.
They have a decent attacking, Oli Watkins and this other guy who's
and he's an attacking coach, so he will. He's a good signing. I think we're very harsh on him as well. They didn't give him a chance.
Some comments coming in from some of our viewers on Omarion Jupe says Ronaldo is lazy. No love there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so Ali G, be careful what you wish for. Mr. Jonah K, Mr. Liverpool here. Guys laughing. It's like you Chelsea guys convinced us Kovacic was Lampard reborn. Now you're downplaying him.
No, Kovacic is good. Kovacic is good, but he has a different style with these traditional midfielders that we saw when we were growing up. The Lampard, the Gerrard, the Scholes.
But he was scoring goals. Recently.
Yeah,
he was scoring goals.
When did he last score a goal at you? He last scored, I think, in the game against Liverpool last season in the 2-2 draw. So it's good when he can drive the ball forward. But like I said, if you're driving the ball forward, I think I saw Arsene Wenger's comment when he said that Granit Xhaka has the body of a box-to-box midfielder. He's strong, he can shoot. So that's what I want in a midfielder. If you're driving the ball forward like KDB, I want you to also shoot. Don't just drive the ball and reach the box and start distributing it. Because there are teams are currently sitting back. Even if you drive the ball, you find them waiting for you. You saw it against Arsenal and Southampton. Teams will sit back and wait for you. So drive the ball, shoot the ball, have the vision. Those are all the qualities of a good midfielder, not just driving the ball. And
yeah. Did you ever think you would see the day a Chelsea fan is name dropping Granit Xhaka as the yardstick for a very solid box-to-box midfielder? How the tides change, people! How the tides change. And speaking of,
and I'm referencing what Arsene Wenger said.
Yeah, but
he's now our best player.
He's our best player, of course.
That's the best player of the season.
Yeah,
and you know, Mr. Tarisai, he has no fun. Who you guys were laughing at has been consistent with that. Granit Xhaka is the best midfielder in the world, as he always says. So, yeah, fantastic results. Let's move on to Liverpool, people. Is flying, and things are tight. When and Mr. Jonah K, I'm sure, is watching. I don't know what happened. Would have been nice to have him here on the show. Musem, I will give you this opportunity to talk about these rivals of yours. I mean, what happened? Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. You'd expect Liverpool, who have won 2 games on the bounce there, getting back into their groove. 2 games on the bounce in the English Premier League, of course, and the Champions League are also looking good. But being pegged back away to Nottingham Forest, the beauty of the Premier League strikes again. 1-0, Taiwo Awoni, if I pronounce his name. Awoni. Awoni, whoever it is, but actually coming out of the Liverpool graduate system. So he left Liverpool not deemed good enough. I wonder why it's always those kinds of players who come back to hurt their parents, right?
Because they have a point to
but massive game there. Liverpool have actually since the inception of the new Premier League in 1990, 1991 was it? Liverpool had never won at Forest's ground, and of course these were perennial rivals in the day. Nottingham Forest the Champions League twice, so they have some tradition in them. Fantastic game there, some pedigree there. What do you think went wrong for Liverpool?
Okay, I think Liverpool is in a transition, and I don't know what it means when people say they got their mojo back against Man City. They did get their mojo back. It was just try not to. You see, when you have that heavyweight rivalry, you always
What transition are you talking about?
Ali, you're a careless talker, so please don't interrupt me. But
what transition? Matthew, what transition? What does transition mean now? What does transition mean now? There's no transition. They're just
Aliji, let the man finish. Musem, go ahead. Aliji, you come on next. It's your
Let me qualify my statement that I made earlier that Aliji and Sly just talk. They interrupt. They don't listen. These people are they are parasites. The Chelsea guys are parasites because sincerely, if Ali G hasn't figured out that Liverpool has changed their system and they're in a new transition from the 4-3-3, they're now playing some kind of 4-4-2. If Ali G hasn't figured that out, then you just know Chelsea fans are parasites. They just talk, they just make noise. So let me go back to my point.
Continue. Okay, sir.
Let me go back to my point.
Let the man finish his point.
So you see that Liverpool, Salah is no longer playing so close like he used to in the 4-3-3. So he's been off, and of course everybody's saying Salah with them, but that's not true. It's the transition because now they want to play with the strikers. They've brought Nunes into the thing, so they have to find a way to play around Nunes. Nunes is not all that. He can head the ball, he can shoot when he gets a chance, but he's not that swift a player. So you have to create those chances from the wings. So the Man City game was just about them psyching themselves up for that perennial rival that you've had over the few years, So that's how they ended up winning the game. But Liverpool is still losing games, by the way, still losing such small games. They are going to lose those games as they figure out what they want to do. I think they will have to fight for top 4 because they're still dropping points. And of course, Nottingham Forest, like you've said, is that rivalry from back in the day. But it was a lucky win for them. Liverpool was so off, but I think Liverpool is still. They need to get that whole 4-4-2 thing. They need to get it moving. So that the wingers can move. Trent and Robertson don't have as much space as they used to have in the 4-3-3 because Salah and Mane would just drop in, then create all this space for these guys. Now you have these guys who stay wide. Trent and Robertson can't do their thing. It's a change. There's a change going on. Only Ali G hasn't figured it out, but we'll keep praying for our Chelsea brothers.
Liverpool suffered with so many injuries.
Matthew, let me tell you. Matthew,
actually, because
let me tell you.
Because
one thing about the Premier League,
Let Ali go then Umar next.
One thing about the Premier League is very interesting. You come with a very good formation, you win games, you win the league, but you'll be found out. Other teams will finally find out how you play. You understand? You remember how Antonio Conte came to Chelsea with these flying wingers? He had Victor Moses on this side and he had Marcos Alonso on this side. It was very good. But how long did it take and actually when he left Chelsea, he kept playing with that cell, but other teams figured it out. So Liverpool also was found out. That's what we can say. You could see how Liverpool was playing back then. It was a game of just running. They were very fast. The coordination was very good. But teams have finally figured out how they play. And let me tell you, there is no better time for that to give Sadio Mane to be among the Ballon d'Or winners than this time. Because clearly has showed us that he was one of the pivotal players of Liverpool. Let me tell you. And with this modern game, the defense can only be good when the striking is good, and also the striking can only be good when the defense is good. That's how the modern game is. If the striking is not good, some of the defenders are going to suffer. With Liverpool, let me finish. And one of Liverpool's problems right now, they have Trent Arnold, who is suffering from the media backlash. His form has gone down. He's suffering, and he was one of their key players when they were winning the league. But his form has dropped. His confidence is down, and his confidence is also down. So apart from when you're talking, they have so many injuries. You have Trent, who was a key player, and his form is down, and you have also this Nunes guy who is not doing anything similar to what Mane was doing.
But
I think you saw.
He's scoring goals.
He's scoring, but look, he's making some decisions that are even which make you question his price tag. You saw the game against Man City. There's when he went through and all he had to do was give the ball to Salah. It was a very selfish decision that everyone started questioning his price tag. So Liverpool, but these are all Jurgen Klopp's problems. We are so happy that he's suffering because he has also been very talkative. So let me say not all us that is Chinese transition of formation. No. Whatever they are going through is like any other team when it's suffering. And every team goes through it. Getting found out and you're trying to change this and this, you have injuries. So we will not forgive them that they're trying to, they say transition. Which transition?
Umar, your take on that. You had something to say.
Yeah, actually, I agree with Musem a bit because at the beginning of the season, Liverpool tried the 4-3-3. And because they had a problem of creativity, especially in midfield, when Thiago was out. And they had now to, what he's saying is actually right, they had now push Firmino to be like the number 10, to bring maybe place Nunes up top, then Diaz, and then Salah. But then they've had problems. Jota is out, Nunes is out, Cavallo is still an upcoming talent, he's not yet at that level. Neither is Elliott. So those are good players for the future. You can see that these are young players he's trying to uplift. So definitely it's going to be very hard for them because they are seasoned winners. You have Mane, you have a striking partner of Mane, then Firmino and Salah. Then maybe you can just substitute Firmino and put on Diego Jota, who's equally a seasoned thing. So some of these are kids and they're getting into a new system and finding their footing.
And you can't
some games will be good. Right? Yeah. Now I watched them against the West Ham game. Actually, Liverpool was lucky to come out with 3 points. Because West Ham attacked them, they even missed a penalty, and it was end to end. So you could see that there's a problem. They were actually lucky to get the 3 points. But I think they'll improve with time. But then it's good for us, the other teams, as they're sorting themselves, we create some gap. Because when they stabilize, I think there'll be a force. It's just a matter of time. They're just trying to get something there. When they get there, it will be okay.
Hey, Kasaga, when you have to agree with anyone on the show, it has to be me. Imagine agreeing with Ali G. Like, what kind of
Matthew, you know I'm right. Matthew, you know I'm right. Let me tell you, Matthew, this excuse of formations, it's players that do this formation. Any manager can come and say that, okay, a manager can't give you an excuse that we are not winning because they are trying to transition. Even Chelsea can say to play a 4-3-3, a 3-2. These are the same players that you're going to use. So I can't buy that excuse that we are not winning games because we are trying a new formation. Then you play a formation that will suit the players that we have. Play a formation that will suit the players.
Ali G, you watch football on Twitter, just allow. You don't know anything.
No creativity.
You're full of Twitter hype. Just allow. You don't know any football.
Those are excuses. Those are excuses.
Gentlemen, we can go on until the rooster crows.
We won't agree. Let's agree to disagree.
Let's agree to disagree and pull this discussion. Postpone this discussion. I'll be curious to hear what Mr. Joneke has to say about his team's fortunes. But we will have to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining. If you've just joined us, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to hit the like button. And content's available on YouTube and Twitter for you to play back and enjoy some of the banter and discussion that we've just been having. But fantastic action. Gentlemen, it's been real. Thank you very much, Ali G, for tuning in, for coming on to the show. Umar, as usual, thank you. Musem, as usual, historic of the show. Thank you very much. And we will leave it at that for now. We will be back same time, same place next week. Cheers.
Bukayo Saka! Anthony! Salah! Beautiful from a There goes Haaland. He's on